screen as London.
Frank Lenny's got a picture in his office. We were talking about my grandma.
Frank,
Jim Lombardi and Bill Walsh. Super Bowl champion, the NCAA champion, and the state champion.
There is a numbers problem that really bothers me. The city of Charleston, South Carolina, population 75,000, has 2 teams in the NCAA Division I championship. The city of Chicago, 2 million, something like 700,000, has none in Division I. But we do have a school in the NCAA
The school
tournament.
which we've referred to several times already today. Lester did his law work there. The atom was split there. Stagg feared Purdue there. It's the University of Chicago, which has Nobel Prize winners that you can't even count. They refunded, the University of Chicago was forced to charge its students $3 to go to the NCAA games, basketball Division III games on its campus. It refunded $2 of the $3 to the kids.
It's an amazing basketball program. Our son played football there. He played 1 year of basketball. He's a big guy. But they've always had these great kids who could play a little bit, and now finally this coach Cunningham has managed to put together a team. I think they're 23-4. They're in the 3rd round of the Division III tournament. These are guys who are, most of them apparently are economics majors. That means the professors that are teaching them are just routinely Nobel laureates.
Economics or philosophy.
Yeah, this is not bowling and phys ed and organizational studies.
Yeah.
This is economics at the University of Chicago.
They pass the ball, they set screens, they fight through screens, they do the things that basketball purists appreciate better than they do at Division I. And they're coachable.
Yeah, but you know what, Bill, I mean, I love all that Division III stuff. I really do. And UC is just a wonderful place. You get the greatest stories. I did one about a kid there who was an investment banker working like 80 hours a week. This is a great story, too. It was a black kid, and smart as a whip, but he was playing football. He was going for this rushing record.
The running back,
and, yeah, and he could barely, I mean, he's getting 2 hours of sleep a night. But the simple fact is these players are not good enough to play Division II or Division I. If they were, they'd be there.
Nor big enough. The center is Craig Kelleher. He's from a suburb of Boston. He's 6'7". Mm-hmm. His team went to the Final Four in Massachusetts. A kid from Rockford, Illinois, Boylan. His team went to the Final Four in Illinois. There's a top 40 player from Columbus, Indiana, Rusty Lloyd, the point guard. They're good players. But the point is, there are no 7-footers in Division III.
It's
if
like
you can chew gum and walk.
It's like that old league, the 6'4" and under league.
Exactly. Yeah. So this guy is a Titan, this 6'7" guy.
As you sit in the stands, though, and you look, you really don't see any difference. They make all the mistakes.
Hey, basketball is a wonderful game. I've got a meeting set up with this guy, Ian Naismith, the grandson of the inventor of the game. And I'm really looking forward to it because, you know, one thing, I read Naismith's book, and one thing you realize is millions of games have been invented in this country and around the world. Most 99.999% of them don't stick because people don't like them. Right. This game, when he invented basketball, Naismith, in this gymnasium in Springfield, I guess it was.
Springfield, Mass.
Yeah, Mass. Immediately, the students came from everywhere to play it. They loved it. The girls loved it. The boys loved it. Old people, kids. It was just a great game.
Because it was something to do inside in a Massachusetts winter.
Well.
But as we approached the corner of the field house, just before we went there, it's always dark on that corner. I don't have to tell you, almost pitch dark. And there are 2 young guys selling T-shirts, just inspired. Everything. When you go there, the University of Chicago, you see inspiration, and the T-shirts read, "The few, the proud, the Maroons."
Unbelievable. unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
Northwestern, the University of Chicago's basketball program has been down for a long time, but this year the Maroons are 15-4. They are ranked third in Division III, and they're closing in on their first postseason berth since 1974. That 10th win in a row came in spectacular fashion on Sunday. The Maroons trailed by a point with 2 seconds to go until Rusty Lloyd grabbed a half-court pass and fired in a half-court shot to beat the University of Rochester at the buzzer.
March Madness isn't limited to the big boys of college hoops. The University of Chicago is enjoying their best season in decades, and it's not over yet. The University of Chicago is known worldwide for its standard of higher learning, but this year on campus, the basketball team is making headlines with its high flying.
We've had a really good year, and we're excited about the success we've had, and we're just on a roll right now, having won 16 straight and in our conference championship. So I think we are a pretty well-kept secret.
Well, the secret is out. The Maroons have put together a 20-win season for the first time since 1919. They've also earned their first Division III playoff berth in 23 years. So the academic giants are now the big boys of basketball, too.
I think we've known ourselves that we've been pretty good all year. We struggled a little early on, but pieces are falling together at the right time.
Regardless what happens in their tournament, for the first time in 78 years, the Maroons have earned the title of Chicago's Kings of College Hoops. Sort of.
I wouldn't say that. Record-wise, we may be, percentage-wise, we may be right up there, but in terms of actual talent and those things, I don't think so. We may be the smartest, though. Yeah.
You know, March Madness has reached a place it hasn't been in a long time. The University of Chicago will host an NCAA Division III playoff college game tonight against Benedictine College. Mark Shanowski has the story.
This is the University of Chicago, home of Nobel Prize winners and some of the brightest young minds in the U.S. But inside Henry Crown Fieldhouse, Pat Cunningham has his team battling for a Division III national championship. The Maroons won their last 16 games to post the school's first 20-win season since 1920. No athletic scholarships at this level, but that doesn't mean a lack of talent.
The biggest thing is that when we recruited here, we were smart enough to know that, you know, we were not going to go to big-time Division I, but, you know, we're good enough to play basketball, and we wanted a good education, and, you know, we looked at the schools, and Chicago is the best school to do that.
They come from winning programs. They're obviously very competitive and goal-oriented in the classroom, and they brought that to the basketball court also.
That competition in the classroom normally means small crowds for Chicago's home games. But the players say they get a lot of support on campus, so they're hoping for a big crowd in the tournament opener.
The fan support has been tremendous. Like you said, everybody has their own obligations and things that they have to attend to first, but they've always supported us.
Students are really looking forward to it. This is a, you know, once-in-a-lifetime thing for them. I think we can pull them out of the books for a little while.
Since all these players have eligibility remaining, success on the basketball court could become a way of life here at the University of Chicago. The school has certainly had its share of academic honors. Now it could be time to hoist a national championship banner to the rafters of this old field house. Mark Shanowski, ABC 7 News.
Going crazy at the hotbed of college hoops, University of Chicago, that's right. Taking on Benedictine University of Lisle, first round Division III tournament. This is Aaron Horn. The drive hits the hoop, hits the floor. 59-52, the final. Maroons' 17th straight win, first postseason appearance in 23 years. Great stuff. Go Maroons.
The UFC mascot must have had something else on his mind, maybe an exam tomorrow, but his team was in the game. Aaron Horn with a breakaway pass to Rusty Lloyd for the finger roll layup, helped keep UFC ahead of Illinois Benedictine. Former Marist star Pete Cosme kept it close for IBC, tips in a Josh Hendricks jumper, but it's not enough. UC wins 59-52 to advance in the Division III NCAA tournament. There's a basketball revival going on at another Chicago school known more for its academic excellence. The University of Chicago hosted its first NCAA Division III tournament game in more than 2 decades last night. A capacity crowd watched them beat Benedictine, and now they'll host Wabash in a second-round game Saturday night.
Fans enjoy winners, and as we begin to win more, as we get more successful, we've drawn more students. The campus is more aware of what we're doing. And part of that is also the rest of our programs. The men's and women's soccer team going to the Final Four this year, and the football team doing better, and, you know, track programs, and I mean, all the athletic programs are doing better, so there's more of an awareness on campus.
When I first came here, we had maybe 10 people at the games, parents, you know, a couple of girlfriends here and there.
We're just counting on continued fan support. We're looking forward to it.
I think we're definitely going to win the national title, especially if we can just keep playing. Especially if we get 3 home games here, if we keep winning here.
Good luck.
to Crown Fieldhouse on the south side. Division III playoff game between the University of Chicago and Wabash College. Rusty Lloyd had a big game. Number 24 comes off the screen, drains the jumper there. More Rusty. He takes it to the hole for another bucket here as the Maroons are moving on to the Sweet 16. And